everybody. It is Wednesday, January 20th. Important day in our history. So I'm sure I may not be watched by many today, but you could always go back. I made the show today something that you may want to go back and watch because you might not be watching me live now because there's other things going on like the inauguration of our 46th president. So I'm going to get going anyway, and hopefully you'll come back and watch it because it's interesting information. First of all, some announcements. Tomorrow we have a CE class. It's Advanced Strategies on the RPA. Good morning, good morning. Oh, there you go. Hello, 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 sunshine. You're sunshine number one. I don't know about me, but I love it. Thank you, Leslie. I love your posts about your puppies and all the things you're doing, or you're just really getting ready to knock it out of the ballpark. So tomorrow we're going to do from 2 to 5, 3 CE credits for contracts. And I really think you should all sign up for it. You know, Jimmy Dague he constantly updates his classes. Hi, Roy. Hi. You're waiting. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, you're going to watch. Oh, cool. Thank you. Appreciate everybody. So excited. Anyway, tomorrow at the 8400 West Sahara, you can zoom in, go to bee.vegas. And oh my gosh, hi, Pauline. Good to see you. Pauline McLean, nice to see you. And Kathy, hi, Kathy. Hope we see you today. I think you said you were going to come to the class today. That would be wonderful. So anyway, Advanced Strategies today, 8400 West Sahara. Sign up at bee.vegas. Let me briefly put it on the screen because we have a great show today, and I don't want to take up a lot of time here. Just get over the basics. Write it to close it. Okay, and geez Louise, the purchase contract. Come on. It'll show you where to sign up. Thursday. Yes, we know that. Come on, move. I can't move the crawler faster. Okay, it's at 8400 West Sahara. You sign up at bee.vegas. There's no .com, there's no .net. bee.vegas is where you go to sign up. Click on the calendar for the 21st and just sign up, and away you go, and you'll be signed up. So that's that, and let's get rolling here with the stats really quick. I added something new. I'm going to start reporting how many new homes we have available in the area. There's 1,122. And that's in 248 communities. So when you're out there telling people, hey, let me help you find a home. We've got 4,082 available homes, and we've got 1,122 new homes and 248 communities. Let me help you search through all of these and save you time, energy, and money. So anyway, that's just something you can use to video out there to get people to let you be their agent, because lots of people come here from other places and don't have agents. 1.05 months of inventory. We listed 81 yesterday, but we put 121 under contract. You know what that means? We need to list more than we sell, or at least as many, right? We're doing 92 homes a day closings. Wow, that's compared to 79 or 80 last. Let's say 92 this January. Last January was 80 per day closings. So we're ahead of last year by 242 year to date. That is those. Let's get started today because I want you all to, let's see if I get the right one up here first. It'll be a miracle, but you know me. Let's see, and I ran out here in such a hurry today because I went to upload the video, everybody, and what happened was the video was too big for the platform, so I had to divide it into 2 videos. So let's see if I can get the right one up there.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hi, friends. So Christopher and I are hopping on together, 2 different locations, and we're going to show you a few different camera, lights, microphone setup. Now, at the moment, you can see the sun is streaming in my window. Normally, I probably would pull the blind down just a smidge, so it's like I now got this angelic glow in the back of my head, right? But I don't mind it. It's kind of fun. You can see even when you're super backlit, so long as you're lit properly. The front, right, my ring light, my 2 side lights, and you can still see the light reflect in my eyes. So Christopher, let's start with you because I know we've got a few different cameras set up. You are using which kind of camera?
Right now, I'm using a DSLR, a Panasonic Luminex G7. This G7 is great because it's only about $550, and it does a beautiful job. As you can see Mari. Mari is on a Sony 6000, an excellent camera. We love the Sony. I love this Panasonic Luminex G7 because it's so inexpensive, and it doesn't.
Was that one of your long? I just remembered that Zoom, because we're recording in Zoom, and it only records one screen. It only records the person that's speaking. So every now and again, I'm going to chip in so they can see the difference and whatnot. Go ahead.
So today we really want to take you through 3 different levels of how you can get started with videos. And I really want to encourage you to start with what you have. You can start with a phone. I'm going to hold this up and we'll show you a better picture of this later. This is a way to use your phone. I have an iPhone. This is a beautiful case with a stand. This is made by Iographer, a great brand. Mari loves Iographer. I love Iographer. They even have a kit called the Mari Smith kit, where you'll get a holder for your phone, a tripod like this. This can also go on a full-size tripod. This is a Rode microphone, which I really like. I'll show you 5 microphones today, but this Rode is under $100. It does a beautiful job, both for your iPhone, and I'm actually using this mic right now plugged into my DSLR camera. So you can get started with your phone, shoot your videos, upload them to Facebook, use them, and really get into the habit of practicing making your videos. Any of you who have ever played a musical instrument or perhaps taken dancing lessons or yoga, you know, it's all about the practice. I'm going to encourage you to practice. Start with your phone. And then the next level up is using a webcam. And we'll show you some webcams. Would you like to switch right now between some webcams and show the differences?
All right, so here is, now I'm just going to move it because I move it off to the side. It's going to right in the middle, but I usually move this away. As you can see on my Sony a6000, I also have the Sony a6500. I keep meaning to switch it out, but this one works just fine. So this is the Logitech Brio. Now look at the difference. Oh my gosh. Now you can see I definitely could not really be backlit. I can like look at the lens and go, oh my gosh, but it's a much wider, right? Because now you're getting the wider. I'd have to definitely pull my blinds down. And even with the 3-point lighting, it's just like night and day. Let me just switch back because I can't stand that.
I'm on my Logitech Brio 2. And you can see how important the lighting is. We have a lot of different lighting choices for you. I just turned on some additional lighting. And the Brio does have zoom controls. I can zoom in, I can reframe. The Brio will do up to 4K video. It'll also do 1080 video as well. Right now I'm set to 1080. The reason I'm bringing up the Brio, it is much, much better than an ordinary webcam. The Brios are around $200 or so. They plug in with a USB cable to either your notebook or your laptop. They're portable, they're quick, they're easy, they're a fast setup, and it's a perfectly fine way to get started. And you can see the quality is quite good. Here's an ordinary webcam. This is one of the most common webcams, a Logitech 930E, probably the most popular webcam on the planet. And you'll notice a remarkable difference between the Brio and the 930. So this is an $80, $90 webcam. You can see how much different it is. I can't zoom in. I can't back up. It won't do it will do 1080, but it won't do 4K. And we'll just upgrade now. We'll upgrade back to the Brio. So there's the difference in quality of the Brio, right, from an ordinary webcam. And then we'll step up again to DSLR. This is the G7 Panasonic. And now Mari and I are back on DSLR. Now you'll notice we both have a sharp focus on our face.
Right, but remember the recording only records the person speaking. So even though you see both of us side by side right now, they can't see this until I speak. And then it's whoever gets speaking is recording. That's how Zoom works.
Yes, yes. What you're seeing is a bounce back and forth. We're both back to DSLR. And you can see the difference where we have a focus on our face. and the background blurred.
Depth of
Now
field.
that comes
People
from,
always ask that. How do I get the depth of field?
yes.
It's with the bigger lens. Watch this one more thing because I have to show them the built-in FaceTime camera. There. Like even that's where the light. I didn't touch the lights. It's the same lights. The same lights with that tiny, tiny little smaller than your pinky nail lens. If I go from that built-in upgrade, there's the Logitech Brio. I've got it off to the side a little bit there, and from there it looks flat, right? And everything's in focus, no blurred background. Then you get the much bigger lens. I use a 50mm lens. What do you got there, Christopher? What size lens?
It depends on the camera. Mari has what's called a nifty 50 millimeter lens. What that does is it has a shorter, tighter focus aperture setting. So you get the face clear, the background blurred. On the Panasonic G7 has a different image sensor, but I'm using a equivalent 50mm lens. It's actually slightly different on this, but it's the same effect. So you do need to buy a special lens. They'll run anywhere from about $200 to $500 for the very best. So you can see the prices start adding up, right? Like you could get started with your phone and a iographer kit for maybe $200 and you're in business. You could step up a level, get the Brio and get a good USB mic like the famous Yeti mic, right? About $100. So with the Brio and the Yeti, you have these two components of good video, good audio. You can start there, or you can bounce up from about $400 to around $1,500 to $1,700.
Christopher, what mic are you
Yes.
using right now? Because don't you have
And
to
I
be really
was-
close to the Yeti? See how I always have to, I use this Heil PR40 with a little cage thing, and I know it makes a difference the closer I am to the lens, to the mic. I mean,
so Mari is using about a $350 mic, right? That is the best. I'm using a $80 mic, the Rode. It's a shotgun. So this, you'll notice if it's right by my mouth, it's great, but I can position this farther away and it's still pretty good. Mari can't do that with her expensive mic, but there's no doubt that the quality of her mic is better. You might not notice it on a video, on a Zoom, but you'll absolutely notice it on a high quality recording. This is a very versatile microphone though, that you can use for in many ways, many purposes. Phone, notebook, computer, has a little more range. You can even put this between two people and both talk. Let's switch for a minute to the Yeti mic, just a second.
Well, Christopher's doing that. I never do anything other than this mic, and it is on a little mixer thing because it is XLR. The output's what's called XLR, and then I have to convert it in a tiny little mixer converter into USB, and that goes in the back of my Mac.
So this is me now on my Yeti. How's that quality, Mari?
Yeah, infinitely better. Much more robust.
Yeah, the Yeti is a great mic and it's very inexpensive. I'm holding it right by my mouth, but I can put it pretty far away and it does a great job. It's USB, which plugs right in, easy to use. It'll work with all your software. Mari's is an XLR, a little more complicated again, but we just want to recommend, you start with where you are and you add on. That old Hollywood axiom, right, when they're making a movie, and they bring the clapboard up and they say, lights, camera, action. So if you add one more step, lights, mic, action, right? Then you're going to have your high quality video.
Very good. Excellent. Now I can see, because I look at my frame, and that's where I have my Logitech sitting on top. As I say, I always lift it up, and I usually sit it right off. It's sitting at the very edge now. And then also because my mic is actually on a boom, and there's a little aspect of it that sometimes you can words, and it doesn't really matter the frame. If I push it right out of the frame, it does affect the audio. Now it's totally going to be a personal choice. I know we've got males and females here, and whether you like to have a giant mic in the frame and it's right up here, or sometimes people have them pointing downwards, and it doesn't really matter, but it's up to you. There's different schools of thought. My preference is to have the mic as discreet as possible and put the focus on you and your message and making good eye contact with the camera lens.
Your mic is vital. It's arguably even more important than an extra high quality camera because people will accept a little bit of lower quality in video, but they will not accept lower quality audio. Plus, if you plan on using this for other purposes, audio recordings, podcasts, etc., so make sure you have a great mic with whatever your rig is.
Yeah, exactly. Now, are you looking at the camera lens? Because you look like you're looking at a different camera lens.
Well, I'm looking at all this gear I have here, and I wanted to let people see some options. So we said lights, camera, action. Let's talk about lights next, all right? And I can switch to my, again, to my low quality Logitech 930 webcam because it's the easiest to lift up and move for me.
There you go.
I'll
Yeah.
show you what I have
Go for it.
on right now. Here
Do
we
it.
go.
Yeah.
So I have two sort of setups, office studios, and I'll show you this one here. Don't get seasick watching this. So here's my setup here, just a moment. So this, I have a, oh, interesting, it's reverse. So I have a MacBook. This is my Dell high-end notebook. Right now I'm running off the Dell. Given a choice, I will always run off the MacBook. So I have both here. I have both kinds of software. I have a 30-inch monitor in the middle that I keep my windows. There's Mara. You can see her. I'm able to use this screen to have other things that I'll bring on and share. I like a big monitor. This is actually my small monitor. In my other office, I have 4 monitors. One of them is a 60-inch monitor.
Command Central, right? Command Central. I like one monitor.
but what I have here is, right, I can monitor. I always like to have another notebook or an iPad running as a studio monitor. So I'm watching the Zoom or I'm watching the eCam. I'm watching it just like my webinar attendee. So I will often, I just did one last night and I ran my MacBook over here as a user and I can watch that, watch what's happening, make sure that people are seeing what I intend. I also want to put one more plug in for iPod Pros, because if you're going to use the camera gear like the Iographer, these work great as your mic. They're very high quality. These are the Pros, not the ordinary ones. You can use one or both so that you don't have to have a lapel mic. It's wireless. You can get, farther away. Now, the other trick with your AirPod Pro when you're running a webinar is you can run your secondary computer or your iPad as that monitor logged in like your viewers, seeing what you see. You can pop an iPad Air in your ear and hear what they're hearing. That might sound like, oh, why is that important? You would be amazed at how often the audio is not what the person thinks it is, right? Your other option for that, which you see many, many people do, this is going to be a male-female thing again, is you could always use headsets to monitor, right? There's my my nice Bose headsets. I can put them on. I'll switch cameras. I'll let Mari comment while I switch cameras back. Okay.
Yes, we're getting a little wobbly here. I'm going to do the same thing. I have a much, much simpler setup. I'm going to show you. I'll grab so there's my setup. Ring light, the Sony a6500, and then I got a few wires here, so just forgive a little bit of a mess. These, and you'll see these listed on the site. You can't quite, there you go. You can see them. So I just have, and I've had them forever. These 2 simple little side lights, and that is it. And then the thing also is with the distance. Okay, between me and my camera is roughly 6 feet. And then if I just put this back in place, forgive my messy desk, there's about roughly 6 feet between the back of my head and the back of the window. If I go back over to my good DSLR, of course, move that guy over there, and that's when there's the sun going now. So you want to be able to have a little bit of distance, because that often is what's going to happen is people get too close to a wall, and especially if it's not backlit. And you saw the sun was there, but you can always put a light on the floor, like an up light. So you've got some light in the back, so then you're going to give the camera lens that ability to give you the depth of field. Were you going to say something, Christopher? What you showing off there?
Yes, I was going to talk a little bit more about lights, and I'll switch back again. So I have two sets of lights here. I have softbox lights, which are the big boxes, and those are a little old-fashioned. They're more they're less high tech. And I'm going to turn off the LEDs. Those are the little ones. You can see the instant difference. And with these soft boxes, they're very, very inexpensive. They're actually great deals now. And even with the soft box, they are adjustable. So what I've done in these soft boxes, depending on my sunlight.
Uh-oh, your audio just really changed.
What's that?
Your audio just really changed. I think you're far away from the mic or something.
I got far away from the mic. So you can see in this one, I have 3 warm LEDs and 1 kind of hot white fluorescent.
It just
And the
looks really
second
white.
one,
All I can see is white. It's really hot. It doesn't come through.
oh, it's really hot. Okay.
Yeah, we can show pictures. It doesn't matter.
And white and orange bulbs to get the effect you want, or you can go with these others. I'll just switch real quick.
You're really
Turn
wobbly.
that.
I'm getting seasick. Oh my God.
And here, right here are these LEDs. The LEDs are only about $100 for 2 with stands. They're adjustable, white and orange balance, so you can get just the right lighting combination for where you are. The reason I was showing these options is that Mari actually did a lot of work in her office to get the right balance. She has recessed lights in her ceiling. She has a beautiful light streaming in. She has quite white walls. So every person has a different setup in a different room, and it's really worth experimenting to get those lights right.
Excellent. You are absolutely right, Christopher. That's true. And I can tell, I do have my recessed lights on right now, and actually there's 4 of them. One of them is actually out on that corner, which I need to replace. But see, now it's really fascinating that we've done this whole session here today with the sunlight, and now not the sunlight because it has just gone down over the mountain. It's not quite sunset time yet, about another hour before the sun sets, but it goes down behind the hill, and you can see from the beginning of this recording to now, it made a significant difference to the backlight, but still, if you hadn't really kind of seen the before and after, they're both equally well lit at the front. You still got that depth of field here, and with that beautiful nifty 50 lens makes all the difference. All right, Christopher, are we golden? You've had your fun with your toy, boys and their toys. See how there's such a difference, right?
And again, I want
lights and screens and.
Yes, and just really want to stress you can start with wherever you are and gradually build. Have a great mic, have a light that gives you flexibility, the LEDs where you can adjust white and adjust orange. That way you can look consistent day or night. They're very inexpensive now. And beyond that, then it's practice, 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 right? That's how you get to Carnegie Hall.
Yeah. Can I ask you one quick question? Because I have the Cam Link, and you found a better, and we'll give them the list of all the gear and whatnot. I know obviously you can't hold it up because you're using it, but what are you using to connect your Panasonic to your computer?
I have a Cam Link. I have a Cam Link too, and I bought this Mavis one, and Mari will have the links to all of these. It was only about $30. The Cam Link is about $130, $250.
Pre-COVID, it was much cheaper, should we just say?
What is cheaper?
Pre-COVID, it was a lot cheaper, right?
Well, everything was less expensive video-wise. At some point, we'll reach a gear saturation point, but we haven't reached it yet. But Mari brought that up because I am a big believer in having a spare everything, a spare to a Cam Link. And if you can get a $30 spare, get that. It's spare cables everywhere. It's going to show up some frayed cables to you because, right, the cables seem to always go bad right before your most important live. So you have a backup plan for everything, and you have an ability to switch. Many of you have seen Mari under enormous technical pressures or difficulties, and her famous saying, what is it you always say?
I will not be foxed by the technology.
Yes. And a way to not be foxed is to have a backup for everything. Another cable, another Cam Link, extra batteries. If this thing doesn't work, I'm ready to go on my phone, right?
Yes,
so
exactly.
The show must go on.
Must go on.
Okay, I'm back. I had it on mute. That happens. But anyway, so you have to, let's see, I wanted to show a couple things here. Give me a chance. Yeah, so here's some of the basics that they're talking about. You were watching, you know, when you had Zoom on, you could see that you couldn't tell who was talking. I thought that was interesting. I've never seen that before. But anyway, so the phone with her natural lighting, and he had that contraption, which was pretty cool. Instead of using a webcam, he had his second, his backup, as he called it, the little tripod holder with the phone and the light and the mic. So just in case something goes wrong. Now, I've been doing this for many, many times. I have never had a backup system. And I probably should, and maybe as time goes on, I will. I use my webcam. It's built in. It's a pretty good one. I've got the HP MV with the built-in camera. Now, the downside of that is, of course, if the camera goes bad on the computer, uh, you're out of luck. So my computer's fairly new, but I am going to get a side Logitech camera just in case something goes wrong. Yeah, Claudia, it's a lot of information. Claudia says, thank you for the tips. You might have to watch this a couple times, and so you can fast forward through to the parts that you like. And they talk a lot about the DSLR cameras. Now, I don't use it. Like, if you can see my background, I keep the blinds down because of the lighting, but I do have an incandescent light back there that lights up that background a little bit. But that's different than having the sun streaming in. Just different types of lighting. And then I have a loom light above my camera to come down where Mari uses 2 side lights, and I bought them. I got them actually for myself for Christmas, but I haven't put them on my small little area yet. I have a small area that I do this. This is in my family room, so I can only take up so much space in between our kitchen and our family room. So, but again, adapt, but just begin. And that's what the main message is here. Just begin doing these things with the basics. I had a great, I'm going over time here, but I had a great class yesterday, one-on-one with Annetta Rapogo, and we talked about using this platform because she wants to do a show, which I'm encouraging everybody to do, because this platform is very, very user-friendly. In about an hour and a half, I went over all the features, showed her, the do's and the don'ts. And, when I just forgot to unmute my thing, those things happen. And so you have to just gracefully accept that, you sound like you sound, you think like you think, and you look like you look. And that's what most people need to get over first. Roy McCann has done a fabulous job. Roy, you've knocked it out of the ballpark, and I've shown your videos and how you progressed, and I'm sure you're getting some action. The thing is, everybody, this is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and you have to keep doing it, keep working out the kinks until you feel the rhythm. And I think that Annetta and Roy, you both have the rhythm. Annetta's going to start doing a show. Roy, you've mastered the green screen and things like that. So anyway, I'm going to go. Hope you all have a great day. Don't forget, we have class tomorrow, Thursday, 2 to 5 contracts, and we will see you soon. Yes, we don't have a social media class, everybody, until next Thursday because we had to do our CE tomorrow. We have to sometimes interrupt our schedule because Jimmy Dague is a very busy guy, and so we put him on the top of the list. So he got the class tomorrow, and then next Thursday we're going to do a social media class. Lots of changes to Facebook. If you want to get into some of the video things, I can bring a list and make it easier for you, like how to begin, what your first step should be, what your second step should be, so on and so forth. It's a lot of information. I did write some things down. I do have their slides. Mari Smith is my mentor, my video mentor. I'm learning so much from her. And I just want to take what's in her brain, put it in my brain, and then put it in your brain. I wish we could do that. I love you all. I got to run. Have a great day.